Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Moons and a Microphone, a SyFy Sistas podcast. This is an ElfQuest fangirl podcast from SyFy Sistas Inc. That's what I'm supposed to say. My name is Tanya Scott-Thomas, and I love fantasy, but I keep it real. This is my friend Shekinah Smith. She is a diehard ElfQuest fan. We love to chat together and talk about ElfQuest. And tonight, we are going to talk about the real one, the ride or die, wolf ride or die, Nightfall, huntress, wolf rider, friend, life mate, love mate, tribe mate, the best to ever do it. We love her so much. Thank you all for coming in and watching. We are so excited to talk about ElfQuest and Nightfall. She is a fan favorite. Everybody loves Nightfall. If you don't love Nightfall, I don't think we can be friends. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it. I said it.
Yep.
I said what I said.
Yep, she said what she said.
So yeah. Hey Shekinah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Very excited.
Yes.
So, all right. So to start things off about Nightfall, I was, perusing, doing some prep in the Wolf Rider's Guide to the World of Two Moons.
Yeah.
And this is Nightfall's interpretation of the way. The way is something that the Wolf Riders talk about. It's the now of wolf thought. It's to hunt and howl and live free and to just be, one with the forest, to live in balance, all of those great things. So this interpretation of the way is, I think, what makes Nightfall, like why she is able to navigate the story and remain so loyal and steady and enduring to all the other characters. Like I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I'm going to read this part from the guide, the Wolf Rider's Guide to the World of Two Moons. So for Nightfall, it's the tribe, the bond with our wolf brothers, the hunt, the chase, the kill. It is being no place but where you are, looking at nothing that's not right here and now. So she's in the moment. She's mindful way before mindfulness was a thing.
Yep.
The Pennies put it out there. That is what it is. So for Nightfall, the way is not like a rigid set of rules. It is about being in the moment and responding to only what is right in front of you, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, just being right now.
Yes.
And that is how she conducts herself. And that is what has why she remains unshakable, I think.
Yes.
Throughout the whole story. Like there's never a time when I can't think of one where she's like doubting herself. Like she knows who she is.
Yes.
She knows what her place is and what she's supposed to be, and it never falters. And I love that. Like I want to be more like that when I'm going through my life. And I try to do that. Like I try to not worry too much about what could happen or what had happened before. And, of course, we all have this, that back and forth that goes out in your mind.
A little background noise.
You got to push that aside. You got to get into it. So I don't know. So that's what I think makes Nightfall the way she is, and why she doesn't get kind of caught up in some of these other messy situations.
So there's a lot of messy situations.
Can get quite messy.
It can get quite messy, yes. True representation of the way is when Nightfall. It is. I don't think Strongbow. I think straight up Nightfall. That girl is amazing, and that's why we love her.
Yeah, Yeah, Strongbow, I think he sees the way as kind of like this rigid thing. Like, we just do these things. We just hunt and eat and
Mm-hmm.
live and make babies, and that's it. Like, that's all we do. We don't venture out, and we don't go on quests
Mm-mm.
and do those types of things. So it's sort of like The Wire. Like, you think it's one way, but it's the other way. It's not that way for you,
Mm-hmm.
Strongbow. So,
Yeah.
and the thing about her is we recognize this really early in the story. Like, she is
Yes.
quite young herself. She and Cutter
Yes.
are almost the same age. She was like
Right.
maybe like a year younger,
Yeah.
and they have grown up together. They were,
Mm-hmm.
played at love mates, but
Mm-hmm.
she's zoned in on Redlands, and that was it. I mean, forever. Like, that's it.
Yep.
So in the story, they are the humans. The fire has driven them from their holt.
Mm-hmm.
Red Lance has been tortured by the humans,
Mm-hmm.
and he is in a really bad way. He's got internal injuries. He's like
Yes.
holding on to life,
Yes.
and they are trying to trek through the burning waste. And he's not doing great. He can't go any further. So she stays back with him in the desert. And I want to take a look at this one panel from the original quest.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to put it up on the screen. And so he's kind of in a coma. Poor Red Lance. He's in a coma, and she's trying to like help him, like just
Mm-hmm.
hold on for a little while longer, because Cutter and the rest of the tribe have gone ahead. And, he says he promises he'll try to come back for them. And even in this moment, she's
Mm-hmm.
ready to do whatever needs to be done to like
Yep. No
lessen his
hesitation.
suffering. No hesitation. She's like, I'm going to try to pull you back. She's like, I will give you my soul name. I like
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like, when they did this scene in the audio movie, literal tears.
Whew. Yes. Wow. So powerful. So impactful. They did that. They really I have to say this was one of my favorite panels when I first started reading ElfQuest, and it was this panel in particular that really made me fall in love with Nightfall, because you could see her love for her mate. You could see how much she wanted him to pull through, but her willingness to say, I love you, but if it just gets to be too much, baby, I'll do what has to be done. I was like, oh my God, that's a strong woman right there.
Yeah, and herself. She's like, we'll both go out. That is why she is a ride or
Uh-huh.
die.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Mm-hmm.
Quintessential. Like, that's it. And, she, no doubts. They're like, I can't go any further. I'm not leaving him. We are staying here. I'm staying
Mm-hmm.
with you. And when you think about it, like, she has had loss
Yeah.
in her life already. She lost both her
Yeah.
parents to Mad
Mm-hmm.
Coil,
Yep.
just like Cutter did.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like about it, right? Like, what is happening right now? Like, we're going to be together, and if it ends now, it ends now. And like, there's like no doubts. Like, she's just ready to go.
Mm-hmm. No
So
hesitation. Ugh, I love that girl so
amazing.
much.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yes.
Love her. Okay. So in the next scene,
Ooh.
also from the original quest, if we can pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
This is after the war with the trolls.
Yep.
Hey, Dave. Hi, Sabrina. I want to say hi to you guys. Thanks for coming in.
The babies. Hi.
So again, and then this is another great thing about Nightfall. Like,
Mm-hmm.
these traditional gender roles are completely switched if you
Yes.
subscribe to them in the first place.
Yep.
She's the warrior. She's the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And Red Lance is more of the nurturer.
Mhm.
He's a very good tracker. tracker. He likes the hunting part, like the tracking part, but not so much into the killing. And she only kills for necessity. So, but
Right.
she's ready to do what needs to be done. So after this troll war, some of the trolls have broken into the lodge where Redlance was with the younger elf children of the Go-Backs,
Mhm.
and Ember and Suntop are there, Cutter's children. And the trolls have busted in, and Redlance had to defend on his own, by himself. He's the only adult there. So,
Mhm.
and he has to dig deep, and he doesn't like to kill, but he's going to do it to save these children.
Mhm.
And it has made him like draw into himself. He's got PTSD. He's withdrawn into his like spirit self again, just like
Mhm.
when he was in the coma after the humans had tortured him and he was dying. And Nightfall comes in again to like, I'm not letting you go down. You are with me. She had already given him her soul name because she went off to the war and she didn't know if she was coming back, and she wanted to leave something with him that he could have forever if she didn't make it back from the war.
Yes.
So he's already got a piece of her soul, and she's like, here, like, give me your soul name. Let me wash you clean. I will wash away, and you will never have to see any of this like ugliness again, because I am the warrior. I will do the
Mm.
fighting. You do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. We're going to do this together. And they have this unique recognition, but better because there's no forced stuff there. It is all completely chosen
Yes. Yes.
and volunteered. I love this so much. It is such a great, powerful scene
Yes.
from the story.
Yes. Oh, it just true testament to her love. You, if anybody ever reads ElfQuest and they doubt Nightfall's love and her passion, not just for Redlands, but for her tribe as a whole, you got to reread over ElfQuest because you missed something. You missed something very crucial. She does not hesitate at any point to do what has to be done, whether that is in fighting or whether that is in nurturing. She is just the epitome of love and care for the people that are in her life. And there's never any question of should I, shouldn't I. When she sees that they need it, she is right there. She is dedicated. And her dedication is, I dare I say, I consider her to be the most loyal person in all of ElfQuest because she is just always right there. And that's why I love her. Oh my God. I get so emotional. Pull it together.
Yeah, but her loyalty is like always well placed. She's
Always well
just,
placed.
yeah. And even when she doesn't totally agree, this was like a small scene.
Mhm.
I don't have the panel, but this also happened in the original quest when they are in Blue Mountain. They've just
Mhm.
gotten poor Strongbow free from being tortured by Winnowill mentally.
Mhm.
And Strongbow, like we've discussed, he's a bit rigid in his belief systems.
Mhm.
And he is like, why are we staying here? These elves are whack. I want to go. Like, want to go
Mhm.
back to the woods
Yep.
and just do what we do. Hunt,
Mhm.
howl, live free. That's it. I don't want to stay
That's it.
here. I don't want to find any lost tribes. I don't want to
Mhm.
know who we are. He
Mm-mm.
doesn't care. He's not interested in that.
At
So
all.
he leaves. And what does Nightfall do? She gives him her bow and
She does.
arrows. She's like,
She
don't go.
does.
Okay, friend. Like,
Simone.
he's a little, yes, Simone, he's a little mega. But, and here's the thing, like, poor, like, Strombo, he has these ideas. Like, he thinks that he's following this way of,
Mhm.
the elves, and, you know, they're supposed to live in harmony, but he's the one that breaks more rules of like the elven beings than anybody else. He killed another elf. he picks up a gun at the end in Final Quest, shoots a human. Like, he's like, elves don't have guns. We don't use those things. And as soon as Cutter is a little bit threatened, well, I mean, he was more than a little bit, but still, like, he's like, let's go. Like, he's dealing with what right's in front of him, but not like, he's too reactionary. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
he's
a little out there, but because
he's a boomer.
He's a boomer. I'm a little like, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but like in Final Quest, when there's a fire in the glen where the rootless ones are, and one of the humans shoots at one of the rootless ones, but since they're like fungus, it doesn't affect him. It just poops right out. But she shoots a human with her arrow, but she doesn't kill him. Even then, because they're like from a place of strength. So she's still like has the restraint because she knows who she is. She knows she's not a killer. She's not gonna like be pushed to like that far. You know,
it's not
go
necessary
against her beliefs.
Yep.
Right. So anyway, poor Strong. But yeah, she gives him her bow. She's like, hey, I'm a hunter. You're a hunter. Like, here, take this. Like, just like another example of how, you know, loyal and what a good tribe mate she is to just kind of support the other people.
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay. Was she trying to wound them at the fight with the Chosen Eight, Simone?
Not as the Mandalorian. I'm done. These comments. I love you guys.
All right. Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. I have mine are up there. I have not painted any of them.
I want to reread that, Simone, because now I'm really trying to see. I feel like that's right. I feel like that's right, that she was going to wound. Okay. See, now I got to guess what I'm doing tonight.
This is the way.
Who needs
the way?
This is the way. But
this is a different way. It's not that way. It's the other way, like I said.
I love us.
Yes, we are all the nerds, all the blurty stuff. We can cross pollinate all the genres, all the worlds. That's what we are here for. All are welcome. This is a safe place. So
it is.
Okay, so
our baby
back to Nightfall. So in the next scene, I believe we are at the conclusion of the original quest, and the Wolf Riders and the Go-Backs have learned where the elves come from. Tamaine has just like relayed their whole story, how they, you know, got stranded there in the wrong time, and they come from these shapeshifters from another world, and how the Wolf Riders became bonded with this world of Two Moons because of the wolf blood, why they're mortal and the other elves are immortal, which they had kind of learned from fighting with Winnowill. But Strongbow again, he's like, this is too much. I can't take it. He's been wounded in the fight, and now he's just like, kind of just let me die, because this is all too much. Like, I can't deal with, you know, his brain is like freaking out, right? So
the drama.
Yes. So, but Nightfall says that, you know, now that we know who we are, you know, our way is a smaller truth within this bigger truth. Like, even if we come from the stars and stuff, like, we're here now, and, you know, my way here, doing the Wolf Rider thing is enough. Like, the day-to-day, it's fine. It's good. It's good to have this information, but it doesn't change who I am or how I'm gonna like move on this planet. It's not gonna shake me as much as, you know, Strongbow. He's
Right.
He's all out of sorts. Like Tamaine is sending to him and he's like, wow, I thought I was a good sender. She is like digging into my brain, like getting deep in there. And he's like, I can't take, it's freaking out. Can't take
Like, I'm
it.
traumatized.
He's traumatized. Like,
what is he not traumatized?
yes, Simone did DMA that panel. And
Oh,
I love that
perfect.
too. Yeah, I love that about her when she was like the smaller truth within the bigger one. You know, it's sort of like, you know, when you get overwhelmed in life and you're just like, okay, let's just do like this one impossible thing at a time. Or like
Mhm.
when, you know, all this stuff is coming at you and you just kind of have to just put one foot in front of the other and
Yep.
just keep it
Take
moving.
it and go. Literally that. Just keep it moving. Like, it's a lot, but we gotta keep going. We can't stop. We gotta keep going.
Yeah, exactly. So just love her. She's always there. She's always there to just like, hey, you're going to be okay. Like, we're all going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the grapes have
Afraid
ripened.
to
Yeah.
like interject little tidbits. Like, a certain panel about ElfQuest, and the tribe will be discussing things, and even in the moments where they're like bickering, and you'll just randomly see like Nightfall, like, finger, wait a minute now. Let me just. She's never afraid to interject and say, "Hey, now wait a minute. Let's not forget who we are. Let's not forget what's going on. We still have to do what has to be done. Cutter, I'm still gonna follow you. Strongbow, I'm gonna knock you upside your head, respectfully. Like, she doesn't. Nightfall don't fear nobody. She's like, that's why I love her so much.
Yeah. And it's always very like, I mean, her support of Cutter as the chief is never going anyway. Oh, we're kind of losing you a little bit. This is a good moment to say, please like and subscribe to the SyFy Sisters Inc. There's so much fun content coming your way with SyFy Sisters. And if you are interested, you can become a sponsor of Two Moons and a Microphone. This live shows every other Wednesday. So please follow the links in the description box. Please like and subscribe. Please watch our old videos if you're not caught up, because there's some fun stuff in there. There's some nervous stuff there too, but it's, you know, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm living in the now. I'm doing it. So I'm not sure if Shekinah is here or not. She looks a little frozen.
Can you guys see me? Oh no.
Oh, you're a little bit. Hopefully, maybe she can come out and come back in. But I don't want to hold you guys forever, so I'm going to move on to the next panel that I wanted to talk about. Another example. So this is from my favorite part of the series, The Kings of the Broken Wheel, issue 7, which was my favorite cover. Cutter's family has just been kidnapped and taken out into the future by Rayek. Rayek has taken the palace into the future, and he could possibly wipe out the Wolf Rider's entire existence. So Shekinah's gone out, and we're hoping she can come back in. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I love getting her takes on some of these things, but we will try to keep going. So the Wolf Riders are now stuck in a faraway land, very far away from where they used to be, living at the Forbidden Grove at the end of the original quest. So they've been taken across the sea. They're in this new Jun's land, and they're going to build their new home high up in the trees. And the first panel is earlier in this story, in this one issue, where, Radek has just taken everyone away, and they're thinking, like, how could he do this? And we're all going to die, maybe. And Nightfall just says, I'm not going to live in fear. Like, whatever he's going to do, he's going to do. We're just going to live her life. Like, she's got a cub coming, and she's just going to be about that. So again, she's there to just provide this reassurance to the rest of the tribe. And she just stays steady. Like, she's right in the now. Like, she's just dealing with what's right in front of her right now. So they're in a new place, so they need a new place to live, and she's going to have this new cub. So that's what she does. And in the next panel, this is just like a couple pages later, when it's one of my favorites too, Vanessa. I love this one. So Cutter's trying his best to be very strong, to be the leader. He's still the chief. And Redlance, as his tree shaping abilities have come to, the next level, he's making all of these little dens for everyone within these tall trees in this new forest. And Cutter's kind of breaking down because his entire family has been taken away. The cubs, Lita, Skywise, they're all whisked off in the palace. So they ask Cutter to tree with them. So they're going to den together. She's like, take all of the, the joy and the hope of this new life that we're creating together, and don't be alone. And that's what everyone needs, someone like that in their tribe, in their circle, to just be like, don't be alone. Thank you. Don't be alone. Shekinah is back.
There's like a storm rolling in, and it keeps like attacking everything around here. And I'm just screaming at the heavens. Golly, Miss Molly, the disrespect. Cheese and crackers. Let's hope that's the end of that.
I'm so glad you are back. Yes. So we were just talking about. Yeah, so when Nightfall and Redlance are comforting Cutter, and she tells, the tribe, like, I'm not going to live in fear. Rhea can do what he wants. I'm going to stay. So I just love that. I love the tenderness of it, and I love the drawing of all of the line work. When you look at the black and white, I mean, the color is amazing, but I think like the black and white is just so powerful.
Brings a certain
in that
soul
issue.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That panel, Lord. I remember the first time I read it, and I literally cried. Just because there was so much emotion being conveyed on the pages through that. You could really feel Cutter's pain and his grief, and you could really feel how genuine the care and the concern that Nightfall and Redlance had for Cutter. And when they comforted him and he broke down, we didn't have to see him crying. We didn't have to see the tears. They didn't have to draw that. Just seeing them comforting him. Yep. I was like, whoa. It really, it
so
hit.
Good.
I was like, God, wait a minute. I had to like put the book, I had to put it down. I was crying so hard. Lord have mercy. I love that girl.
I mean, that is how you draw.
Scene.
That is how you tell a story. Like,
that's how you
through
tell
pictures.
Story.
That is what is like so great about comics, because you see that image and it immediately evokes a feeling that you just can't deny it, and it's just so powerful. And it's all of us, like, all super ElfQuest-y people, like these images are like burned in your brain. They live in your mind rent free, as the kids say. So
rent free, literally rent free.
Totally. So love it. All right. So much. So they provide so much comfort for him. And, no spoilers, but everyone knows what happens. Like, Cutter can't deal with it any longer, being like separated, and they all go into rap stuff to be with him, like, without even, because they want to be with him. Like, they want to support him and wait it out. And it's so great. Everybody, read Kings of the Broken Wing. It is the best.
Yep.
I just, the story is so good. So
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Epic. Just so
100%.
much is conveyed. So much is one. There are some pages, there are no words, and you know what is, like, you get the entire story
Yep.
just from the
Just in the art.
images.
Just in the art. And that's what I say I really love about ElfQuest. I mean, I love a lot about ElfQuest, but I really love how it is brought and portrayed in such a way where, for me personally, now I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it makes you feel like you're there. It makes you feel like you're a part of the story. You can feel it so real and so genuine. You feel like you're right there amongst them. And I think that just shows how profound the artistry is, because like you say, there can be pages where there's no dialogue at all, but you feel it so deeply. And it's a gift. It's not something that I think is just, I mean, it can be taught, but she has just a certain gift that really draws you in. You can feel it, and I'll never get tired of it. Never. I'm gonna be
Yeah, it is
90.
so, yeah, it's so immersive.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I like comics. I've always liked comics. I like to see the story, as we
Yes.
like to say. I mean, I read a lot of books. You read books too. Like the words, I can make pictures in my mind, but I mean, there's something about like a way that you can sort of teach a lesson or provide information through art. It's just like another way to kind of make
Mm-hmm.
connections in your brain and deliver a message.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of comics, like, you read it and you're like, oh, that's a cool panel, like that's neat, or you know, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's it's a little bit more of like a basic vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
where like ElfQuest is, it's trying to like teach you and communicate on
Mm-hmm.
multiple levels
Yes.
at the same time. So like every time you read it, you get something new, you notice something else. Like it's so rich
Mm-hmm.
that it just never gets tired. Like you know, I read G.I. Joe. It's fine. I'm not reading it for like deep, like, I mean, there's a like human emotion. There's good story there, but I'm not trying to like, I'm not getting these details of like levels. I'm getting some ass kicking and, you know, some flirting, some quips, and that's great. That satisfies like the, you know, the action movie fan in
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah.
Back, as my husband said, my movie tastes like lean guy. I don't know what that means, but
So sorry.
I just want like Bruce Willis can do no wrong, and this is a complete tangent, but anyway, back to ElfQuest. ElfQuest is amazing. It's good for your brain. Read ElfQuest.
Read it.
Just read it. Okay. So, do I have another panel? I don't think so. I don't know.
No, I think there's
Okay. So, I
one.
think those for my examples. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I was right. Yay.
Yay, dream time. So, thank goodness it all worked out with the time jump, and
Yeah.
everyone is back together. So,
Yeah.
and this is an excellent example also of like how the black and white really does have its place up there with the color. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not black and white versus color. It's really just another way to enjoy it. Like you can get so
Yes.
much from the images even in the black and white. Dreamtime is
Yes.
only in black and white as far as I know.
Yes, I believe
Um
so.
so here Cutter and Lita and Redlands and Nightfall are treeing together because that's what these elves do. They're, you know, free love and everything. And Nightfall says, you know, she's talking about how she has defended Cutter from Kavi trying to wake him up and force him to father a cub with her because she wants some of that good Wolf Rider blood to, I don't know, get the go backs back to where they used to be as strong fighters or something. I don't know. So Kavi is a whole other story. We could talk about her in another episode because I love her. I love Kavi, but she's a mess, but I love her anyway. So Nightfall says, you know, love mate, life mate, tribe mate, it's all the same to me, which just kind of reinforces this, what we've been talking about, how she's just like a ride or die. And even when you're sort of messing up a little bit, I'm going to be there for you. Like,
Yeah.
she's there for Pike. We can go hunting. He can be a little ditzy sometimes and eat too many dream berries, but you know, it's all good. I got your back. I just love it. Plus, I love this scene. I love the way like Red Lance's hand is on like Lita's like hip. That little detail had me.
The little details.
The moment I saw it, I was like, that is what I'm talking about. It's so good. I love it so much. I love that one that one part right there. So good. So good. You see it all. Like you know, they are all like together.
Yes. As they should.
As they should be. That is the heart circle, as they call it.
Yes.
In ElfQuest Dumb. So good.
She looks so gorgeous here. Like, she looks gorgeous everywhere, but like, come on now. You just look at, I'm just like, girl, you so pretty. You know she pretty. Just gorgeous. Oh, gosh.
Can we talk about her outfit? Tamara was in the chat. She was at CradleCon and she did a great Nightfall cosplay at CradleCon.
Okay.
And I mean, the midriff, the leather, banging all the time. Love it. I love her, like how she's styled.
Yes.
You know, she's got the hoop earrings and like the scarf. It's giving like Rhoda. I don't know if you're too young for Rhoda, but
I remember Rhoda.
Oh my God. Like, put a scarf on. It's like the style.
Nightfall's her entire I feel like every outfit that she has ever been in, she is 8. I love just about everything that she has ever been in. As soon as she walks on the screen, as soon as she enters a panel, I'm like, girl, you better rock it. You better come through. I don't think she's ever had a fashion don't. No, face card never declines. Go ahead, girl.
No. Yeah, no bad looks.
None.
Yeah, Tamara, you killed it. That was it was so great. The little top, perfect. Ooh, perfection.
Is it in the ElfQuest group? The picture?
I have it on, I think so. Yeah, we definitely posted it in the fan group. And I made a reel. I think it's in there. And I did a recap of CradleCon. And I think I have some pictures in that if you guys want to rewatch the video. It's not great, but you know, it's good. It's got good pictures in it anyway. So
okay.
I think it's great. Yeah, Tamara did a great job. And her husband did Red Lance, and they were great. They both.
Oh, okay. So I gotta
cute.
see it. Somebody tag me in it. Find it in the group and just tag me. Be like, girl, here it is. So I can scream.
I don't know if Wendy has ever mentioned Rhoda with the headscarf, but questions. I wouldn't be surprised. It's so 70s.
It is.
But now scarves are, you know, they can be timeless when people like rock a good scarf. I love it. Love it so much. All right. So I had a couple other examples of awesome Nightfall. After I had put the little slides together, I, of course, came up with some other things as I was reading through my old books and thinking about stuff. So
let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So we've just referenced that Kavi was trying to. Oh no, I want to talk about something else. I had an
Okay.
epiphany as I was
Okay.
like going through Dreamtime.
Uh-huh.
And so in Dreamtime, the elves are sharing the dreams that they had while they were wrapped in wrap stuff, while they were sleeping for 10,000 years, waiting for time to catch up with where Rayek had jumped ahead in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed something about Nightfall's dream
Okay.
where the evil people, or she calls them like the users or the loveless ones, like
Mm-hmm.
her nightmares are people who are selfish
Mm-hmm.
and are only out for themselves, like they're just trying to use people. And it's like her opposite. It's like her shadow. Like she is
Mm-hmm.
all selfless, loyal, tribe, thinking about what's best for everyone. And what sets her into nightmares is the selfish people, because that's what's going to bring them all down. Like that's what she says
Mm-hmm.
in Dreamtime when she's talking about, what these people do. Like if we let them be selfish and if we let them win, we all go down. And I mean,
Yep.
if that is not a message for society, I don't know what is.
She was preaching. I was like, pass the
Like,
plate.
stop being so selfish. Just, I say this to my kids all the time. They fight about, stupid stuff. I'm like, does it have to be this way? Like, there is enough to go around. Like, we don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be this way.
Mm-hmm. Imagine so much better the world would be if people were a little bit less selfish and were willing to just kind of be selfless. Just
A
imagine.
little, a little
Just
more.
even just 20%, I think would make a huge difference. But we live in such a society in the world today where it's all about me, 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 me. And then we be up here, we be toe up, we be messy. And I'm all for having, a selfish moment. Me personally, I've always been the type of person who always sacrificed my happiness for everyone else. And I always say, hey, everybody needs to have a moment where they say, hey, I'm gonna do this for me. But when your whole life is about doing for you and you don't care who you stomp on so you can have your way, fight me. Disrespectfully and respectfully. Just saying. I warned you.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we get nowhere. Like, it's just, I mean, we're all stuck on this rock together, people. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
greed is literally killing us. So,
Mm-hmm.
facts are
That
coming
part.
out. Beautiful things are coming from ElfQuest. So, thank you.
Whoop.
Anyway,
Oh.
all right, but Nightfall is not afraid to throw some hands. So, when I was reading through, just looking for stuff like, oh, so she did, I needed to refresh my memory a little bit about how Kavi was trying to, you know, rip open Cutter's cocoon. And she's like, it's so funny. Like, I'm not sure Wendy would have like crafted the story just this way. This is not drawn by Wendy or written by Wendy or Richard, but it's under their supervision. This was during that
Mm-hmm.
expansive time of the 90s. And
Right.
Kavi has found out that she is descended from Two Spear. I think Two Spear was one of the elf chiefs back
Mm-hmm.
before Cutter's time.
Right.
And she's like, we need some of that like good like injection of that good Wolf Rider stuff, because the go backs are a little lost right now, and she's trying to find herself and reinvigorate the tribe. And they
Mm-hmm.
had tried to get the little palace from the Sun Village and that didn't work, so now she's trying to figure out another way to like get that injection, give some kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Period.
So right. So Kavi's like, yeah, I'm gonna find the Wolf Riders. I'm gonna wake him up. I'm gonna, how she's
Handle some
able.
business.
Yeah, she sees Kavi is like a lion. Like she sees like, I need this DNA for,
Mm-hmm.
to have these great offspring.
Yep.
It's very like, I mean, I love that Kavi exists. I love that she's a woman doing all of this stuff that is traditionally like subscribed to like male characters
Yeah.
or men in general. Like, they're not really into being parents. They just want to have the offspring, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of, the children go through you. You don't own them. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not the most maternal or
No.
traditionally maternal one anyway, but she wants to try to get this.
Lorraine. Chip off the old psychopath.
She probably did. Like, we don't know how many of those go backs are Kavi's kids. Like, the go backs are on another level. They don't need recognition. I don't know. Like, it's their numbers. Somehow they're able to keep their numbers up because they were dying so much during like their fighting. I don't know. Anyway, but Kavi, like, she sets her mind to have these cubs, and she has them without a healer's help, or maybe that's her own gift. I don't know. Anyway,
she knows what she wants and she goes for it.
Right, she does. She does do that. So she's gotten a cocoon. She thinks it's Cutter, but it is not Cutter. It is Nightfall. So she cuts.
Yeah.
She cuts the cocoon open, and she's like, oh, it's you, Nightfall. Oh, okay, I'll take you back because I need to go get Cutter. And Nightfall is like, the hell you will. Like, no, absolutely not. And they get to fighting, go to the website and look up Kavi. I think it is issue number 6.
Mm-hmm.
It is the best. Nightfall just kicks her ass so bad. It is not even pretty. It's not pretty. Kavi's a pretty good fighter, but
I've seen the way that Nightfall was dragging Kavi. I mean, Kavi got dragged by Nightfall. I was sitting there like, ooh, Nightfall, let her get up. But when we first meet Kavi, at least for myself, I had this great picture in my head of she's like the ultimate warrior chiefess, which she was. She was a fighter. She was a chiefess. She was an amazing fighter. Kavi could throw some hands, but seeing Nightfall go off to that extent, I was like, now wait a minute, the go backs need a new chiefess because you don't deserve that title no more. You don't deserve it. Nightfall dragged that poor woman, that poor shield. She and the whole time I'm sitting, I'm like, oh no, but then I'm like, hit her again. Do it again. Because who did you think she was?
I don't know.
I was so mad reading that. I said, no, not my chief. She ain't trying to roll up in there and think she gonna get some of his DNA. Not my chief, she not. So sorry, Kavi, but you had that coming.
Yeah, so funny. Such a good scene. She's like, now take me back. Like, let's go. Like, you're not getting hit.
I'm glad that they did that. I
take me back. Put me in my cocoon because I'm. So good stuff. I like this one. I like the art. It's not Wendy, really, but I think it's very, I'm glad they let that very go good. Through. And
that was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Kavi is something else. Like I said, I kind of get her. She's kind of practical and, she keeps it real. But, she's not, I don't like idealize her in a way. I just find her entertaining in the story. I think it's pretty cool. So
you like her, but she's an acquired, you gotta acquire something for her. Lorraine about to have me cutting up. Girl, you need to get off the keyboard. Ma'am.
She did. She grabbed those braids like, listen.
She's like, let me show you what I'm about. I'm a wolf rider.
Yeah, there's this one where like Kavi has this like spear or something. She's like choking Nightfall and she just breaks it.
Literally. She's like, oh,
and
you
then
that was
pow,
cute.
like it's so good.
Woo, that's funny. That shouldn't be as funny to me.
Simone says that Kavi getting killed was one of her favorite moments. I didn't want her to go out like that necessarily, but it makes sense.
I'm turning off my chat. Y'all getting on my nerves.
Okay, so
I'm sick of y'all.
All right, one of my last favorite Nightfall scenes is from Final Quest issue 21.
Oh,
I love there's a fire in the glen where the rootless ones live, and Nightfall and New Star and Skywise have all come out to, you know, try to help them, because the rootless ones, they're really like, hey, you know, fire takes us out, whatever. Like we're fungus elves now, so we're just living off whatever. If it burns us, so be it. Whatever. I mean, they have lived for 20,000 years or something. They're extremely old, so they, you know, they've made their peace.
It is what it is at this point.
It is what it is, but they can't. Redlands cannot let this glen go.
Of course not.
There are some humans there. I love this scene right here. Get the glare. Oh my God.
Yes.
Here's Nightfall. She's ready. The bow is out. She is ready to go. Everyone else is just kind of standing there. The humans are running and they see these elves in silhouette. And Nightfall has the bow drawn, like she's ready to go. Like
she was ready.
She's ready. I love this so much. And when I read it and I saw this panel and I like in the spoiler chat in the Facebook group, I was like, this is going to make a great t-shirt. Or I said, like, this would make an excellent t-shirt. I love it so much. And Richard commented like, TikTok. I was like, so I feel like I made this happen. I made this, like, they put that in the shop. I don't know if they were planning to do it ahead of time before this issue came out, or they were quick with the production. Either way, in my headcanon, it's I had something. I helped make that happen. I bought it in 2 different iterations because I loved it so much. I had a t-shirt. I needed a sweatshirt. When the Redbubble store opens up again, I hope they still have it because I need another one. The shirt's wearing out.
I miss the Redbubble store so much. So many things I wanted to buy and I never got. So sad.
I have to stop myself because I have like all my clothes would be ElfQuest clothes. If I mean, I could easily go an entire week, like just.
Yep.
And my husband's like, if you buy another one of those t-shirts, I swear, like,
you gonna still love me.
I know he knows this is my bedroom right here. Come on, like, this is it. Like, there's ElfQuest in every floor of this house. Like, there is no way. So. So anyway, in this wonderful issue, which is so good, so moving on many levels, they tricked me at one point because I thought one character was going to go and it was a totally other character. But anyway, so the humans are there. They have guns. They shoot one of the rootless ones, but it doesn't do anything because he's like this shape-changing fungus elf. And Nightfall, she, because the bow is ready, so she just fires at the human, but she doesn't kill him, like I
No.
said. And then she gives him, she's like, you better run because we are here. My life mate is here. He can Red Lance uses his power to have the trees actually come up out of the ground and walk away to create a trench so that the fire, to make a fire break. He uses all his power. Incredible.
Super incredible. They are such a dynamic duo. Oh my gosh. I just love them so much together.
Me too. I love them.
Just the two personalities. They just blend so well together. So well. I don't know what it is, but they are just so perfect for each other. Gosh.
Yes, Tamara, their daughter did Tyleet. She adopted a little human baby who was poor little Patch, who was just left to die out in the forest because he had a birthmark. And that's such a good story. That's in Hidden Years. I love that story. That was the cover. That was one of my favorite covers as well when I did my favorite cover video.
So beautiful. I love that cover so much. Oh my God. And I just loved Nightfall as a mom. I feel like because it was so much going on with the time jump, we didn't get to see much of her as a mother, but you just had to know that she was the best mom in the world. I wish I could have seen more of Mama Nightfall. And of course, when Tylee grew up, then she went from being like mother to friend. But you just know that Tylee had an amazing childhood, growing up. And I just love her so much. You're such a great mom.
Yeah, I mean, she's so chill. Red Lance is a good dad, and they're just you see them nurturing Suntop and Ember a little bit more than you see them actively parenting Tyleet. But I think one of the great things about the Wolf Riders is everybody's kind of a parent. They're all it's such a collective village, tribe, family. And I mean, look how Tylee turned out. She's
amazing.
She's one of the coolest characters. So
perfect blend of her
chill.
Parents.
Yes.
So
fierce
sweet
when she needs to be, but mostly chill. She's not starting drama with anybody.
I love that. I don't remember which issue it was, but I love that issue where if I'm remembering right, something was happening, and I feel like Scouter was trying to get Tylee, oh baby, no, it's too dangerous. And she was like, I'm my mother's daughter. You must have forgot. And I was like, hey, okay. I just love it so much. They're just, but yeah, I believe Moonshade had made a comment like that. I believe in the original quest. Something along the lines of the chief's cubs belong to all of the tribe, something like that. I'm
oh yes, yeah.
I'm going off the top of my head, but and you really get to see that how all of the tribe really raised. And for me, it's not just the chief's cubs. I feel like it was like that all the children in the tribe, because the Wolf Riders had such a rough life. Their lives were so short. They were mortal, and then the danger that they lived from the humans, and they was dying all the time. So when one of them became pregnant, it was like an entire everybody was like, oh, this is our baby now. And I really feel that you could tell that Nightfall really took that to heart with all the kids, I feel like. But you do see it with Suntop and Ember. So I just know Tylee just had it great. Oh, I wish I could have seen her as a grandmom too. That would have been so great.
Yeah, you don't see her with Pool too much.
You don't.
And
but wasn't he? But he's with Amber's. He was with Amber's tribe, wasn't he?
Yeah, they went back to Nightfall and Redlands go back with Cutter to like the new father tree
Mm-hmm.
wing of the Wolf Riders, and Tyleed and Scouter and Deuce Shine and Pool stay with Ember's tribe, which is it's pretty cool. I mean, it's part of that like um ethos where like, you know, she's fully grown. They're like Tylee's like 500 years old. Like they're, you know,
Yeah.
she's good, you know.
Yeah. She know what she
And
doing. She got it.
I mean, you don't see it all in like that. Some of the stories with Ember's tribe are not my favorite.
Yeah.
I like a lot of like the Hidden Years ones, like that first kind of wild hunt part of the story. Then it gets
Yeah,
kind
I
of
loved
weird
Hidden
with the
Years. Yeah.
hunting, like when they're hunting down all of those like corrupted animals, just like through all these human. It just gets weird for me. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, but like I imagine like that, you know, Tylee was there with uh-oh
Sorry,
with
my cat
Pool, and then she
in
was able
here.
to kind of be the grandparent or something. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But there is like this one panel, I think it's part of like her dream, where Nightfall is holding like Tyleed in one arm and Venka in the other, like when they're
Oh
small.
yeah.
And it's such a cool little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like we were saying, it just like conveys so much, like that, you
Yeah.
know, they kind of grew up together, Venka and Tyleed,
Mm-hmm.
because Kavi just left her kid.
Sorry.
She's like, I've been, you know, I've been waiting with y'all for a little bit, and deuces. I'm gonna fly off with the like pterodactyl elf, and we're just gonna go do whatever. I mean, Venka's like mostly grown, but still, like.
Well, she left it with the right one.
She did. She did. She left them with the right people, because another like awesome character Venka is. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nothing like Kavi at all. Like
Thank God.
so controlled and measured
Mm-hmm.
and chill. She's not like Rayek either, actually. I don't know. Like,
no. I really feel like Venka growing up with the Wolf Riders really helped shape her to the woman that we love. Because I don't know. I feel like if she would have been with Kavi, maybe some of that would have got up in there. I do. But I really do think that her being raised with the Wolf Riders made such a significant difference into how she grew up. Minus her blood, minus her being part Goldback and in part Red. You know, it was that I really do think that in the end that was the best place for her, because she was able to receive a certain level of nurturing and nourishment that I don't think she would have got with Kavi, and she wouldn't have got it with her dad either. So it all worked out. Kavi did
yeah,
the
like
right
Kavi
thing.
she wanted Venka to like make Rayek hurt. Like she was like this living embodiment of vengeance for her, for like the, you know, the slight that, you know, he did, like, you know, well, he did some damage. Like he could have killed her. He could have killed like Venka there, and he was going to wipe out everybody. Like he was literally so so easily manipulated. Anyway, so yeah, Venka is just awesome. I just love her. So yeah, so we get these little moments, like you see like Nightfall being like maternal, and it's Dreamtime. Dreamtime is great. Everyone should read Dreamtime too, because it's
read Dreamtime.
Just read it all. Read all of it. Go to elfquest.com or buy it from Dark Horse Comics. And like I said, it's the Dark Horse books are not in color. Some of them, I think volume 3, there's partly in color because they could not it was done in watercolor, and just doing it in black and white was looking mushy or something. So
Yeah.
they kept it in color. So half of it, I think, is in color. But
Mm-hmm.
you get over it. Like you miss it for like a second, but then once you
Mm-hmm.
keep reading, like the story and the art and the lines and the movement,
Yes.
it's all of
Yes.
that is there. So
Yes.
the Dark Horse books are great. You can also get them digitally, Dark Horse Digital, and read them on your iPad or tablet. And
Mm-hmm.
what I like about that is like you can do this like Zoom, like they have this like guided,
Yes. Yes.
so it'll just like take you from one panel to the next, like
Mm-hmm.
in, because sometimes the pages are so complex, like you don't know like where you're supposed to go
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and the guided view like takes that away. Like it just
It makes a
makes
lot
it
of things
all.
very detailed. You catch a lot of stuff that you probably would not have caught before.
Yeah,
So
you can zoom in, you can get those little details for your cosplay, because
get the
you're like,
nitty
how is,
gritty.
what is that? Is that a necklace? Is it a
Right.
belt?
Is that a brooch? I don't know what that is.
I
Let me
know,
zoom
because
in.
yeah, because Wendy is putting in the details. The costumes are amazing, like
Amazing. So intricate.
so good.
So
So
intricate.
yeah, so that's all I got for our wonderful Nightfall.
Yay. Wonderful Nightfall. Love her. Love her. Love her relationships, her friendships. I love her friendship with Lita too. I love
Yes.
how their friendship really developed over the course of ElfQuest. They're like the ultimate besties. I just love them so much. I feel like we don't see them as much, but in the same time, you know that they're there for each other. You just know, like there's always little tidbits in the background where you can see them standing together, or they're talking together, or they're laughing together. They're just like the ultimate besties, and I just love it so much. That friendship is like that's type of friendship I need in my life. I need my Lita or
Yeah, and
my
it's
Nightfall, whatever.
it stands on its
I don't know who
own.
I am.
Like it doesn't have anything to do with like her relationship with Cutter, which is also like very
Yes.
deep, and it's a long friendship. As I said, they
Yeah.
grew up together completely,
Yeah.
and Lita saved Red Lance's life,
Yep.
and from that moment on, she's like, we're family now. Like that's it. You
Mm-hmm.
saved his life, and then Lita helped them again to conceive their cub Tyleet
Mm-hmm.
using her healer's gifts,
Mm-hmm.
and they were working like, oh, Lita can do it. Like, so I think that also
Like my
contributes
bestie
to
can do this.
exactly, like, also some awesome panels in that issue when Cutter and Skywise are talking about like the things that Lita can do.
Nut mash.
I laughed out loud. I think it was like in my dorm room, and I was like, I'm like, my friend, like, you got to read this right now. Like, this is hilarious. It's like
Mm-hmm.
one of the funniest panels ever. It's so good. Love it. And the wolf, love the wolf in that one. Such a
Yes.
awesome thing.
Sisters and all blah blah. Yes, I agree. I love it.
Uh, yeah, I love them. I love them. I love Nightfall.
I
I
love
hope
them so much.
everybody enjoyed our little walk through um why Nightfall is the ride or die, wolf ride or die,
Mm-hmm.
super elf. Yeah, I was laughing like, yes, exactly. It was so funny. It's such a good one. It's on the website too, like one of the best wolf moments, I think.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
panel.
I feel
It
like
is
he
just
always
so
had the
great.
best wolf moments. Cutter and his wolves were just a total mood. all the
So much
time.
personality, right?
All of Cutter's wolves, I feel like, had such great personality. You just couldn't not love them.
And I love that they like get it from like their dogs, the Wendy and Richard's dogs. Like one of their dogs likes to sniff the shoes and like steal the shoes. So like
What a
pets are
time to be
great. They're so
alive.
great.
They're so great. As I'm staring
I
at my
love it.
cat.
Yes. So great. Anyway, so thank everyone. I want to thank you guys for being so active in the chat. Thank you for tuning in to Two Moons
Yes.
in a Microphone. We are going to take a little break. The SyFy Sisters are going out to Trek Las Vegas,
Woo!
and they have a lot going on out there, and then they need to recover. So we're taking a little break. So Two Moons in a Microphone will be back on August 21st. Put a comment in this video, or you can, put a comment or a DM at Two Moons in a Microphone on Instagram, with some ideas of what else we should talk about. Like, do you want to do another deep dive on another character, or are there some other themes? Natalie had a great idea about doing the different lands on the world of Two Moons. I have a giant map, and I think it's in French, but I have to check it out. There is a map in one of these great big books. I think it's either the Gatherum or the Wolf Rider's Guide. So there are, tons of ideas. So I will be on my break thinking up new ideas for new episodes. But please, drop a comment on the videos. Let us know. Please like and subscribe. Check out SyFy Sistas Inc. on the web for information about being a sponsor.
Yeah.
Sabrina loves maps. We're in a SyFy Sistas has a book club, and if there's a map in that book, it's on. It's like,
Oh,
and I love a map too. I need to know like where things are happening. Like if you're
amen.
gonna, it just adds to the world building. So I'm sure do you like maps, Shekinah?
I do like maps. I feel like I don't get to like stare at maps like I should, but when I do get a good map, I'm analyzing. I'm like,
Because you read a lot of like deep other types of fantasy books and stuff. So
this is just one of my books. Me. I have an issue. I have a problem. I need help. So yeah,
you should join the book club.
I
It's on
should join the
Facebook.
book club. Ooh, hi, SyFy Sisters.
Yeah, we meet every other month. It's a lot of fun. We have good discussions, and we celebrate authors of color, people of color, or so fantasy and sci-fi. So good. So we've had a lot of great books. Tamia Harper leads the discussions, and it's super great. So we have a lot of fun. Yeah, so check it out on Facebook, SyFy Sistas Book Club. Everyone is welcome. It's really fun. It's very like low stress. We meet by Zoom. It's a lot of fun. Also, check out Sabrina's new show. When I'm not on Wednesdays, Sabrina is on. Sabrina is Sin goes sci-fi, and she talks about sci-fi movies.
Ooh.
And the next episode is going to be Godzilla.
I am a huge Gojira fan. It's crazy. Say less. Let me know when that one's gonna be, because I love it. Oh, there it is.
August 14th.
August 14th.
Yep.
All right.
Be here or be square. And
go
that
Goji.
did not come out the way I wanted it to, but it's going to be good. It's going to be so fun. Sabrina's going to have like a mini Godzilla like smashing around.
Okay.
I mean, I hope so. I told her to do
Hoping
that.
so.
That was my suggestion.
Yeah, you should.
So
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Sorry, I'm
awesome.
super huge for Goji.
I know that you are. I know you love monsters, so
I have problems.
get in on it. It's so fun. Yeah, you can watch the first episode on this channel.
All right.
Sabrina breaks down Akira. So good.
Okay.
So good. So,
Oh my gosh. SyFy Sistas,
yeah, so
y'all are
check
where
it
it's
out. Thanks
at.
everyone for coming.
Yeah. Long live
Yes, we are where
ElfQuest.
it's at. And the SyFy Sistas.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming. Have a great night. Shade and Sweetwater. I will see you back in August.
Bye.
Night, night.